Hey everybody, how you doing? David Kurz here with the Kurz Real Estate Show, coming out from a very special place. Typically we do this show inside of our office. We've never done this at a development before. Maria's been calling us saying, Dave, you got to get out here. Dave, you got to get out here. We jumped into the Cadillac. We carpooled all the way up to Fort Lauderdale, and we're sitting here in the beautiful premise of Auberge, right?
That's right.
Did
Auberge.
I say that properly?
You said it perfect.
That's fantastic. So I've been working on that all day, by the way, folks, because I've been saying it wrong the whole way here.
It took me about 2 months to figure it out.
So I heard you say it, and I was
Yes.
like, crap, I've been saying it wrong the whole time, right? So we're actually sitting here, and we sat here on purpose because we wanted you guys to see the model behind us. We wanted you to see the TV running behind us. We wanted you to see all the excitement in the sales center right now and everything that's happening in here right now. There are a ton of people behind us. We probably got, what, like 30 people in the room right now?
At least, yeah.
At least. It's a sales frenzy, to be quite honest with you. How many units do you have left?
We
Like in
only
total?
have, out of 171 luxury residences, we only have 27 remaining.
27?
In the South Tower here.
Okay.
Yeah.
North Tower is completely sold out.
The North Tower is 98% sold out.
Okay.
There's a total of 57 units.
So you got a couple units on the bottom that you told
We
me?
have 2 residences left, yes.
That I'm looking at right now.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Right up
All right.
above us. They actually will have a beautiful view overlooking the ocean and the residential neighborhood, even from the second
awesome.
floor. Quite
And
nice.
so, and I know that sounds crazy, from the second floor, view of the neighborhood, view of the ocean, et cetera, but I'm sitting here, ground level, and I'm able to see the unit, and if I lean this way a little bit, I'm able to see the ocean, only because the door's in the way, so I gotta lean a little bit, but the ocean is at eyes distance right now, which I think, when people talk about moving to South Florida, right, they always talk about the beach, right? Like,
They all want the ocean.
I always joke and I tell people, I go, everybody says, when LeBron James joined us, right?
Sure.
What did he say? He said, I'm moving to South Beach. He didn't say I'm going to Miami. He didn't say anything. He said, I'm going to South Beach.
Because everybody
and so
wants
people
it.
think about being on the beach. Fort Lauderdale is one of the premier prime spots to be on the beach.
Absolutely.
I mean, in comparison to Miami, I think it's way nicer,
Well,
much
it's
more
known
fantastic.
for the Fort Lauderdale Strip since
Yep.
like the 40s, back in the day. Everybody's been coming down here for spring break, and we're pretty much about a 5-minute drive and maybe a 12-minute walk to the Strip from this actual location, just north of Sunrise Boulevard.
So you could live here, walk to Sunrise
Absolutely.
Boulevard, hang out on the Strip.
You can actually
Come
walk
back.
along the boardwalk that we're building here
Okay.
to the neighbor's boardwalk to the Strip, and you're
Okay.
right there on the beautiful, the beautiful beachfront.
So I can walk the beach to the Strip,
Absolutely.
hang out, have a couple drinks, come back
home
lay out at the beach,
to your paradise.
sit on my balcony, smoke
Exactly.
a cigar,
Absolutely.
enjoy the view of the
We're
ocean.
actually going to have a cigar bar and lounge in the South Tower.
See, now we're talking.
Isn't that nice?
Now we're talking. So speaking of that, how many restaurants are going to be in the area?
So Auberge is sitting on 5 acres.
Okay.
And we wanted to activate this neighborhood just north of Sunrise, between Sunrise and Oakland. So what we did was we are adding 2 restaurants, one of which is going to be here on the northeast corner,
Okay.
overlooking the ocean, and one is going to be here on A1A, which is in the office that we're sitting in right now.
Awesome.
And both are going to be open to the public, which I think is a big deal because that's also contributing to the association and the maintenance fee, which is keeping us at about $1 per square foot, because they're also adding into
They're adding a
the
lot of value in that.
Exactly.
I think more than anything, what was impressive to me when we were talking privately about the project was the activation of the neighborhood.
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of projects come up and they put amazing things together, and they don't really try to involve the neighborhood.
They keep it
gets
very private,
too private.
which could be boring.
I
People
personally
move-
believe it is boring.
People are moving from other buildings that are strictly residential buildings to Auberge for the lifestyle component by itself.
It creates a lifestyle, and it invites the outside
Exactly.
to come in
People
and
want to see
enjoy
new faces. They
this
want to
lifestyle,
mingle.
1000%.
We live in a social environment. People like the human contact, and that's what this is about.
Around Auberge, is there going to be like public access to the beach?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, on 23rd Avenue, where the corner where the restaurant is, right
Okay.
here, people will still be able to park their car here. You can valet at Auberge, and you can still go to the beach, because really there's no beach that's completely private in South
Which
Florida.
is great, because we're not blocking anybody
Right.
out. We want you to come.
everybody
We
to
want-
enjoy
exactly
what we're
and I
offering
think that,
here.
that really changes the dynamic. Like, this is 5 acres. This is
Huge.
171
Residences.
residences. This is, how many restaurants did you say?
2 restaurants.
Two restaurants.
As well as a 10,000 square foot spa
Okay.
with a beauty salon open to the public. We're going to also incorporate the first salt cave in Fort Lauderdale into the spa, which is really interesting.
Okay.
Because we like to detox to retox, right? So it's going to have a little
like
bit
that.
of.
Can somebody hashtag that? Detox
Yes.
to retox. You got
I
it.
already called in. They're working on it.
awesome.
But we're also putting in a gourmet deli and a sundry shop.
Okay.
So that'll be open to the public.
And a cigar bar.
And the cigar bar is private, though. So you're going to have to purchase here if you want to enjoy the cigar bar.
That's actually sweet. That's
Yes.
amazing. Because there are a lot of cigar bars out there that are membership only type cigar bars.
Tons of them in Miami,
Which,
right?
yeah, and so that creates, I guess, a level of respect and ambiance for
And
the,
exclusivity. We
Exactly.
want some exclusivity, and the privacy factor for our owners is very important. We're one of the most amenitized projects in all of the related group portfolio, and that's, again, something that's important to the owners that are coming here, because a lot of our buyers are coming from very large homes out west
Okay.
that they're downsizing from. Maybe the kids are going off to college, or they're ready for a change. But west meaning like Weston, Plantation Acres,
Yeah.
Coral Gables,
They're
Aventura.
sitting in 4,000 to 8,000 square foot
Right,
houses.
and they're looking to
with-
downsize, and they
yes.
want to be pampered, and
Yes.
they also want the privacy factor to be very high as well.
In my opinion, you're creating a neighborhood here
For sure.
within the 5 acres that the residences are going to have a blast enjoying.
I mean,
And
it's
the
interesting.
neighborhood itself, like
you're
outside.
in Miami.
Yes.
You typically see a building that's sitting on less than 2 acres of
yeah.
land, and
yeah.
there's 300 or 400 units.
Yes.
Squeezed into this 40-story tower.
And there's-
We want the appreciation of the land to be the number one point at Auberge.
I think one of the coolest things is the North Tower.
I know.
I'm not
It's very
surprised that it's
sexy.
sold out
Yes.
almost right away. You've got a couple
So-
units left, but in my opinion, the look, the steps coming down to the ocean.
Sits 20 feet from the seawall. I mean, you're like sitting on the top of the
On the
water.
beach.
It's an amazing
In my opinion, I
thing.
know a lot of people look up high and they want to see. I would have picked up that unit right there.
Well,
the bottom one.
What's interesting is the lower floors sold first, because people want to touch the water. They want to
Yeah,
feel the
wanna
water
be a part of
close
it.
to them. Exactly. So like we've sold all of the first floor in both towers, really, really, really fast, and then the higher floors sold later, because you don't find buildings where, first of all, there's not a 5-story garage on top of the beach,
Yeah.
and then the pool decks on top of that. Here we wanted your point of arrival to be the ocean. So any moment, from the moment you valet your car, you're going to look through this beautiful glass atrium lobby that's 2 levels high, and you're going to see the ocean at all times of the day. So,
Underground garage.
because we're building this underground lift system garage that's 20 feet below the ground. And with that said, we were able to build units super low to the ground,
Yeah.
so that you can be in touch with what's going on.
So you valet your car goes underground. You walk
Underground.
into your unit, you're almost ground level. You're
Yes.
enjoying the view, the sound.
You walk into the lobby,
I mean,
you're enjoying the
sound-
view.
For me, it's the sound.
Yes.
Being able to, like, in my opinion, being who I am, I would like to be in the South Tower. I would like to be second, third floor, because I like to see activity outside.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm not.
You want to wave at your friends and say what's up.
I'm not your beachfront guy. Like, I'm not.
You like to look at it.
I like to look at it. Exactly. So those guys, you can see it.
Right.
Which is
Right.
impressive to me, because a lot of these buildings really sell, like being right on the beach, and then they want to sell the view. But to me, there's no activity. There's nothing happening. Like in the daytime, yeah, it's beautiful. I'm at work in the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
When I come home at night, what am I going to get? Nothing. Nothing. You can't see anything.
It's dark.
It's
pretty
dark,
dark.
right? And then, yeah, you can sit on the balcony, you can hear the water crashing in, but there's actually
But what
no view,
people
in my
also
opinion.
love is the fact that we have our 3 and 4 bedrooms that flow through the building.
Yes.
So even from the 5th and the 6th floor, because of the views towards the west, you're still going to capture some intercoastal views, even from the 6th floor and all of downtown Fort Lauderdale. So at nighttime, there's a really beautiful skyline to look at.
And that's what impresses me about this, because
Yes.
on one side, I do have the beach at night, and I'll be able to hear it, but there's this neighborhood in between me and the beach.
Right.
That's a part of our lifestyle, right? If you want to call it that. And then
Well,
on
it's
the other
Los
side of my
Boulevard.
unit,
It's a bustling city.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale is a big city, small town type of feel that's really evolving and changing a lot in the last 5 years. And Auberge has helped them do that.
so what are the price points? Talk to me about that.
So-
all your one bedrooms are sold out.
Well, we have one bedroom left.
Okay.
The units ranged from 1 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms.
Okay.
The 1 bedroom stack, which is in the south tower, that's 23 stories high, 6 homes per floor. This was the 1 bedroom stack here,
Okay.
and we have 1 unit left. It's 1,350 square feet, priced at $1,975,000.
Okay.
So hopefully you can bring me a buyer.
Yeah.
We did
Are
have.
you guys listening?
We did
I
have
need
some
buyers.
2 bedrooms.
Because Maria's not gonna. She's gonna hold it
I'm
against
not
me.
letting
if
you
she's not gonna let
leave
me
without
slip.
bringing me a client.
Exactly. There it is.
We had 2 bedrooms, but those all sold out really fast. There were 2 bedroom, 3 bath plus a den starting at 2.4.
Oh, wow.
And then we started selling our 3 bedrooms. And the 3 bedrooms are in the center and also on the corners here. I only have a few left on this corner. People love the corners because they're wraparound all glass, 9'6" ceilings with crystal clear views of the ocean, Intercoastal, and the city. So they went really fast. Those are starting at about $2.7 million, and I have
Okay.
like 10 left.
Okay.
But I also have 4 bedrooms that in the last 2 months, we've sold about 6 4-bedrooms. So people think that you want smaller units on the beach, but because we have so many buyers that are moving from large spaces, they're just like gobbling up these larger spaces.
Yeah,
like
they
all of
wanna
our
enjoy their
penthouses,
space.
all of our penthouses are gone. They range from 4,000 square feet to 8,000 square
Are
feet.
we allowed to say who bought one of them?
Sure.
Right. So who was
Absolutely. We our last penthouse sale was pretty cool because he's a local. He's from New York originally, Brooklyn, but he's a local. That's the owner of the Florida Panthers, and that'll be going public very soon. But
awesome.
he's very excited. He has like 3 kids. They have grandkids, and they're going to reside here. He could buy anywhere. He can buy in South Beach. He can buy in Palm
Yeah.
Beach. And he chose to buy at Auberge because the lifestyle
blame
component
him.
is exactly what he's looking for.
it? And he bought a pretty nice size.
Yes.
Yes.
It was quite large.
Yes.
Almost 10,000 square feet.
Awesome.
There's a lot going on here. The buildings are almost done. The North Tower, our owners are moving in 60 days.
60 days.
60 days.
That's
so that's why
amazing.
there's so much activity, and it's coming alive right now. So it's a good time for you to be here.
So we got a couple units available in the North Tower.
Yes.
In my opinion, really nice units because you can still see the ocean. You can still see the city. You can still see everything that's happening. They're on the lower
I'm
floors.
going to guarantee you this. When we close the North Tower and we actually walk people into either one of those 2-bedroom, 3-bath plus
It'll
a
be
den,
gone.
it'll be gone in a minute
Yeah.
because they're going to understand that the views, to be in this building for under $2 million and live in almost a 3-bedroom and have a view of the shoreline for that price, it's unheard of.
So
And
talk to me about the amenities real quick. Like,
okay.
what amenities haven't we spoke about? Because we spoke about the restaurant.
We spoke about the public
cigar
amenities.
bar. We spoke about the spa,
Yes.
right?
So there's the 2 restaurants and a 10,000 square foot spa. We also have the private amenities. The private amenities are just for our owners. So the South Tower will offer amenities more entertaining wise. So that's where your cigar bar and lounge will be, your billiards room, your club room, a Napa wine cellar. Because again, Auberge, the brand, is coming from California.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful vineyard with thousands and thousands of acres overlooking the mountains. They also have a Michelin-starred restaurant at Auberge du Soleil in Napa that we're
Awesome.
bringing here to Fort Lauderdale. So we're incorporating a lot of wine
Awesome.
and great food, but also it's a healthy living lifestyle as well. We're going to have a 3,500 square foot fitness center. We have a yoga master moving in. She's also a local. She'll be doing meditation and yoga on the beach in the mornings and in the evenings. We're going to have a teen room and a club room. So again, this is a beautiful lifestyle-driven building, but it's a mixed community.
Okay.
We have owners that are young. I have a Jacob Troba. He's a hockey player, and he is 24 years old. He bought a 1-bedroom about 4 months ago for his fiance, and he actually proposed to her last month here. So we have a really good mix of people, so we need to entertain them and
Yeah.
have things for everybody to do.
Okay.
The teen room will have like air hockey and fun stuff to do. We have a golf simulator room, so it's a PGA sponsored and approved where there's
Nice.
75 golf courses and a beautiful simulated screen that you can play all across the world. So pretty neat.
Without even having to
A
leave
movie
home.
theater as well. We'll have wine nights and wine tastings and art exhibits. I mean, George Perez and Fortune International they love art pieces. We'll have $6 million in artwork placed in our building, starting with a $2 million Botero sitting in the reflection pool.
And Mr. George Perez is big on his art.
He loves his art,
Yes.
and we love it too.
Yeah,
he
of
brings
course.
an international drive, and Fort Lauderdale kind of needed that as well.
Yeah. So, speaking of George Perez,
Yes.
who else is behind this building?
So we have George Perez and partner with Fortune International, which is Edgardo Di Fortuna, Carlos Matos out of Colombia, and Andy Mitchell. Andy Mitchell is the Fairwinds Group, and he's the son-in-law to Jack Ireland, who built the original hotel, the Ireland's Hotel that was sitting on this north corner in 1965.
Wow.
So the family is moving into Auberge. The family, they're the ones that helped acquire the 28 parcels to build a $500 million development on 5 acres.
So here's what we're talking about here. This is where we talk about patience persists, right? It took 10 years, is what
10
you told me,
years.
right?
Mm-hmm.
10
They didn't
years.
give up.
You've been talking about this project
Since 2006.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and I
You have a
think
good
that's
memory.
amazing. It's amazing to understand that a project has been in the works for over 10 years.
But it takes that sometimes
Yeah.
to build something this rare.
Yeah.
And this project, for decades to come, will be the sought-after property in Fort Lauderdale.
Sure. It's beautiful.
There's nothing, not even just that it's beautiful, because it is. It's stunning. But there's nowhere else you can build on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, and nothing to compete with us. So it's a little bit different than Miami.
Yeah.
The supply and demand factor is very important. We're going to withstand any market. I mean, in general, South Florida is pretty balanced
does
with the
pretty
market
well,
because
yes.
we do well throughout the winter and the summer. But when you have something that's one of a kind, unique, then it's a win-win for everybody.
And what I find interesting is I'm starting to see some developments kind of pull back.
Yes.
They're worried about
Which
the
is
market.
needed.
They're worried about
I think
the
it's
condo
necessary.
market taking a little hit, and you guys are selling.
We're selling very fast, but again, we're in a unique situation
Yeah.
in a very rare location as well.
That's what it boils down to at the end of the day, because those guys that are pulling back, those are dime a dozen condos.
Correct.
Where this is a very
They're
unique
seeing the
situation.
slowdown.
So this is, like you said, going to withstand any market because of
important.
its situation, because of what it is.
And another thing that this project's a little bit different than your typical project in South Florida or even in Miami on Brickell and Sunny Isles, where there's a lot of different inventory and a lot of different options. This project is an end user's product. So you're not going to see where your typical high-rise that has 400 units, 10% usually goes up for resale.
Yep.
You're not going to see that happen here. If you see 1 or 2%, maybe 5 units that go for
someone's
resale,
gonna sell.
maybe,
Yeah.
but it's
That's
not
expected.
that,
Someone's going to sell.
but you're not going to see 40 and 50, like in
Exactly.
some buildings that have built more of the investor type of friendly product.
Yes.
So
All right. Is there
Good.
anything else that our viewers should know about this project?
I think that the sooner you get here, the better. We have 27 homes in the sky left.
I agree.
We range from 1.8 million to about 10 million still. We have 1, 3, 4, and 5 bedroom accommodations, and the views are breathtaking, and it's definitely something that you need to see. Even if you're not typically used to the Fort Lauderdale area, you should explore it a little bit more.
Awesome.
If you're looking in Sunny Isles, you should look here.
So here we go. Maria challenged me. She said I
Yes.
have to bring a minimum of 4 buyers for these last 27 units. Was it 4 or 3?
I'll take 3.
She's going to go 4. I
I'll
thought you
take
would
3.
say
Let's
4.
start with
All
1
right, all right.
and go from there. Because once you bring 1, they're all going to follow. I promise.
I agree.
I promise.
Reach out to us, 786-529-5273. Visit our website, kurzre.com. That's KURZRE.com. Hit new developments, hit Auberge. You're going to see all the information that you need to see on there as well. If there's anything you absolutely need, let us know. We will connect you with Maria. Maria's here all the
You'll
time.
be taken care of.
Right?
Yes,
And
I'm
you're gonna
here
be-
24/7.
You're going to be extremely well taken care of, as we have been from the moment we walked in the door. So thank you very much for
Thank
this
you for
interview.
having me.
Thank you for
And-
showing us around,
yes, of
basically,
course.
in a stationary manner. And thanks for watching, everybody, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.